Radhika and Pavan, welcome to the show.
Thank
Your
you.
Labor of Love is releasing in a day. What is your present state of mind?
Just got a headache. I got a long headache that's refusing to go.
And I just want to sleep.
You want to sleep?
Nobody's allowing me to do that.
So it's been quite a hectic schedule.
Yes.
Since the day. Okay.
Yes.
So it's quite an intriguing concept, and So how did you come up with this novel idea?
We wanted to make a movie that spoke about trauma and what happens to someone who goes through trauma, how they change, how their mental state changes, and what they go through post the traumatic incident. So, and then when I was researching that, I came across agoraphobia, and agoraphobia is usually a trauma-induced illness, which is a fear of open spaces, public spaces, and generally the world outside. So I found that really interesting, and I decided to kind of base the movie on that.
And Radhika, what was in the script that hooked you completely?
Actually, I didn't even read the script when I said yes to the film. At that time, it was just an idea. But coincidentally, I was working on panic disorder at the same time with a friend of mine writing something. So I thought it was quite serendipitous that it's actually coincided. I mean, it was such a great coincidence that he asked me for the same, similar subject. And also the twist of the plot was something that really intrigued me, and I thought that it was not done something that was not done before. So both things combined, and I think also after meeting him and chatting with him, we realized that we really like similar things. I'll have similar taste. So I think that was what made me say yes, yes.
Tell us more about your role and what was the most challenging part about it?
So my role, I play this character called Mehak, who's a painter from Bombay, a very independent, modern day woman. But something happens, which is why she develops agoraphobia. And she feels that if she steps out of the house, the same thing will happen again. And she basically is stuck in the house. And the most challenging part about this character was that because she has phobia, which is a disorder, it's basically irrational fear. So most of her behavior, most of her reactions are all irrational. So in spite of her being so irrational, I needed to make people feel for her. So that balance was really crucial, that in spite of the fact that there is no logic whatsoever in how she's behaving, but you still needed to feel for her. So I think that was something that we really tried very hard to work on.
So what kind of research both of you did for this film, and did you meet anybody who actually suffers from this disorder?
So see, I know somebody who has agoraphobia, and I know somebody who has panic disorder also, and I've grown up with them. So I've seen them for a while, and I've also known about the disorder for a long time. I'm from a doctor's family as well. So, but for this, of course, we had a lot of material to read. We had a lot of clips to watch. We met a psychologist who we worked extensively with throughout the filming process. Some other doctors, my parents, and we also sat together a lot with the script and broke everything down and actually categorically decided how to go about the phobia.
And your research work?
Which is pretty much what we kind of were working together on constantly exchanging notes on the illness, on how to depict the phobia and the panic attacks.
So there are quite a few Hollywood films which have been made on agoraphobia. Is this film inspired by any of them?
Not really. I mean, it's almost like saying that there are many movies that are based on multiple disorders, so they're all the same. It's an illness, and that illness can be explored has been explored by many filmmakers in the past, and it has no connection with those movies at all.
Did you write the film keeping Radhika in mind? Was she the initial?
Yes. I mean, as she said earlier, I met her with a 5-minute narration, and it was always her post that.
In an interview, you said that emoting fear is very exhausting. So can you elaborate more on that?
No, I mean, not emoting fear, but emoting this. When you're working with panic attacks, it has a lot to do with breath. And if you have 3 to 4 really big scenes to be done in one day, it can be really taxing on your body. So that's what I meant, basically.
Do you suffer from any phobia in real life? Both of you?
No.
Do you suffer? Okay.
No.
Which is your favorite psychological thriller?
I think for me, it's probably Repulsion, Don't Look Now, The Tenant.
Wow. Stole my movies. Yeah.
Did you go through any of these before you started preparing for the?
I had already seen them. But no.
Same here. I actually once I got the entire crew together, I called them to my house and I sat the entire crew down and I made them watch 7, 8 really good psychological thrillers. Even though many of them were averse to watching thriller and horror movies, I forced them to see it because it's just the Bible, man. You gotta watch some of the Bibles.
What is the weirdest phobia you've heard of?
Weirdest phobia would be, I don't know, like someone has a phobia of. It can be anything. I mean, it can be a phobia of. Like you can have a phobia of the most randomest things. Like I have a phobia of sleeping on the left side of the bed. It can be anything. It can be as bizarre as that. It can be any damn thing. Like literally. I mean, there's no. Every day there's a new phobia that's coming up.
And Radhika, have you heard of a weird phobia?
No, I think this is the weirdest phobia I've just heard of.
Pavan, your previous 2 films have also been about fear. So, what is this fascination with fear-inducing films? And would you want to explore new genres, or are you comfortable in this space?
No, I mean, there's no. I mean, there is a fascination on some level. I think it's a more childlike fascination of doing. Doing movies that are in the thriller horror space. I think as long as I don't grow up, I'll just keep making movies in that space.
And Radhika, for you, this is your first psychological thriller. So, how was the experience?
It was really great. See, I don't look at genre before selecting a film, so I don't really think about the genre even when I'm performing. I just look at the character and I'm performing the character. So of course with the genre, other things come like the camera movement changes, this changes, that, but it's also with every film it changes. So I don't think I thought much about the genre. The only thing I thought about is like I was constantly scared if you're giving away the ending. So that was the only thing.
So another question which is a little different from the film, it's not covering the topic, but you are a married actress and you are doing great in your field. So do you think that the Indian audiences have now started accepting actresses only on the basis of their talent and not their marital status?
I don't know if Indian audience did not accept people who are married or the industry did not accept people who are married. I'm not entirely sure about that.
So, but has it changed over a period of time?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know because I'm not sure about this.
So there is not much awareness about mental disorder in India.
Yeah.
So do you think that the Indian audiences will be able to connect with them?
I hope so. That's actually why we think it's also very important for this film to come out, because it will probably spread more awareness about the fact that agoraphobia is a disorder, it needs treatment, and there are various, and that's why we did those clippets of other phobias also as an introduction. So I hope it does.
Okay, so tell our audiences quickly that why they should see Phobia.
They should watch Phobia because it's a movie that we've really made. It's an honest film. We've tried to depict this illness in its truest fashion, and we've besides saying all that, we've also made a really entertaining thriller, and I really hope that people who like thrillers will come and watch it.
Radhika, you.
Same thing, I think it's a small film. We need all the support that you can offer. It's a new subject and it's really thrilling. Trust me, the climax is good.
So it was great
Sounds
talking to
so
you.
funny. Okay, anyway.
It was great talking to you, Radhika and Pavan.
Yeah.
And I wish you all the
Thanks.
success for the film.
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you.